Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bill Levinson, managing partner with Levinson and Associates. With us today, we have Joseph Loughran, our marketing VP, and then, of course, we have our special guest speaker, Kevin Kilberry, who actually created the program for Agency Automator, and then, of course, the new Agency Automator Plus version, which you're going to hear about today. So, long story short, I'll dive right in here. You know, we have a lot going on right now with holiday shopping, family, friends in town, and you know, everything seems like it's moving 100 miles an hour. It doesn't matter if you're in Miami or Hawaii, but that's just the way it seems, you know, every holiday season. So our business, you know, kind of tends to not really take a back seat, but maybe your focus just isn't there right now. And then, of course, January 1, everybody's, you know, 100% again. They're pedals to the metal, and they're trying to grow and build their business for the new year, and of course, trying to make it the best year ever. You know, it's important. You know, here we are, just a couple weeks before the end of the year, and it's important to always stay in tune to, you know, what the latest and greatest is as far as technology and products and maybe a new way to prospect, you know, whatever the case is. In my opinion, I don't care if it's December 25th, December 31st, January 8th. If there's a new platform or technology, you know, I'm all ears. I'm going to listen up because this is going to change my business, which will ultimately change my life. Okay, let's be real here. So, you know, we've been working on a program with Kevin for a little under a year now. So Agency Automator has been going on about 14 to 15 months. Agency Automator Plus was started about 9 to 10 months ago. So, you know, it happened to be ready now for the official launch. So, you know, I talked to Joe and Carrie, and we all said, should we, you know, wait till right after New Year's and make this big splash and kickoff event? And you know, we spoke about it, and we said, you know what, it's ready now. We've worked on it for so long. Let's get it out there today. Why wait? You know, why build the anticipation and then have another, you know, launch webinar and email blast and everything else when we can give everyone the great news right before the holidays here. So that's the reason why you're seeing this webinar on a Tuesday right before the holidays, because we are very excited. We couldn't wait any longer, and we know this will change your business. Okay, we know that for a fact. And I think after you see our presentation, you'll understand why, and you'll all be a believer. So, you know, in the past, we always had agents on one side. On the other side, we kind of had GAs and MGAs, which kind of get mixed into the same pool. And basically what that means is you're out there, you're recruiting, you have agents under you, and of course, maybe you write business as well, and you're a personal producer, and then of course when your agents write business, you make an override, so everybody wins. That's the GA-MGA side. Say on the left side, you're a personal producer, and you never really thought about recruiting, okay? And let's say, you know, day in, day out, you're out there prospecting, networking, you know, trying to talk to more people to tell your story. That's all great, okay? And obviously it's worked for you up to this point, which is wonderful. But, you know, my whole point, especially with this new technology, is you're working with Levinson. You have all of these great tools and great sizzle and products and platforms, okay? And most of this stuff is free for you. So if you know another agent, or your neighbor's an agent, or your friend in the Rotary Club is an agent, why not refer them to us, or why not talk about some of these great products or platforms, and then we'll put them under your hierarchy. So why not keep moving forward with your day-to-day business, selling on your own, and if this agent goes out and writes a piece of business, you get paid a full override, which could be anywhere from 5% to 50%, depending on how much you're involved. You will control the spread, but we do all of the work for you. So to me, it would just be a shame to say, you know what, guys, hey, I do know an agent, Michelle Smith, here's her number, give her a call, she wants to hear more. Or, hey, Bill, I know another agent, Kevin Smith, who also wants to hear more about your program. So we do all the work for you. You sit back and make 5 to 50% on every single application they write. Okay, it's a no-brainer. Why not sit there and watch Sunday football and have one agent or 10 agents out there writing business, and you're sitting back and making an override? Well, the secret sauce years ago was always, hey, you got to have the right products, or you got to pay out a ton of commission or give them leads, which you're right. That was the case years ago, and most people didn't have that. But fast forward to today, you have all of those 3 things I just mentioned. And most important, you have all of these exclusive tools and technology that nobody else has. So you're just going out there, really, and mimicking us and doing the same thing Levinson is doing, but building your own hierarchy. So it's a shame to not go out there and supplement your income. So keep doing what you're doing every day, but also have some agents out there writing business, and you're sitting back making an override on every single app that gets written. That's a no-brainer, okay? And in the past, I would agree with you and say, it's a lot of work, and we need this, this, and that to bring in agents under us. But nowadays, especially with the Agency Automator Plus, there's no excuse, and you're going to see why in just a few more minutes here. Okay, we're going to give away a free tablet to the 100th registrant. Okay, so we'll pick the 100th registrant at the end of the presentation. We'll mail you the new Kindle Fire tablet as soon as we hang up this call. Hopefully you'll have it right in time for the holidays. Also, the Agency Automator Plus is an exclusive platform only available by Levinson, okay, and it's a co-op price. So basically it's 50% off if you're a Levinson agent at $50 a month, and you'll get access to 10,000 agents per month. Okay, that is huge. And if you write $250 minimum, that's $250 of monthly paid premium, that's the minimum, we will pay for your Agency Automator Plus. So it's either going to be free or $50 at the very most. Okay, so again, no-brainer. I don't care what level you're at in our business, this will work for you, and you'll see why, like I said, in just a few more minutes here. Okay, moving forward, in that holiday spirit, Levinson is giving away a free Kindle Fire tablet. This is the brand new one that just came out, and this is our new exclusive Lightning Issue Term Level product, which we just launched a few weeks ago, and it's so simple. You write an app, okay, as long as it's a minimum premium of $40, which is nothing, we mail you a free Kindle Fire tablet. Okay, so we will send an email out to everybody on the call. We will include all the details about Agency Automator Plus and the new Lightning Issue Term Level Guarantee product in that email. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call or shoot us an email, and we will make sure that you are up and running. But get in that application, and we'll get you this mailed out. As long as it's done before January 1st, then you qualify. That simple. Okay, so moving forward, some of our latest technology here, and we're very proud of what we have accomplished in the last 14 months here. And Kevin has been a huge part of this. And like I said, you'll hear him speak in just a few more minutes. So it's been a big year for us, especially closing out 2016. It's a record number, literally, of agents and premium in the door here at Levinson, and we're expecting 2017 to literally be 20 to 30% bigger and better than 2016, all because of Agency Automator. It is going to be huge. So just think of it like this. On the left side, okay, very simple, you have Agency Automator. That is going to be your day-to-day home base, if you will, where you can go manage and organize all of your existing clients, and then you're also going to use it to prospect for new clients. You're going to get 1,000 new agents per month that you can email to, okay? And then the whole point is you want to drip on those prospects and those clients to keep your name in front of them. So when that client or prospect thinks, hey, I need a new annuity or long-term care policy or term product or indexed UL, they're going to remember Bill Levinson, their local life insurance agent. That's the whole name of the game with dripping on clients and prospects using a CRM tool. So that's Agency Automator, and there's nothing else on the planet that works like this, especially at no charge for our active agents. Now on the right side, you're going to have Agency Automator Plus. Same name, same logo. The only difference is there's a little plus sign on the end of the Automator on the right side there. That's it. So you have the regular version, which is your day-to-day home base you're going to use for prospecting and keeping your name in front of all of your clients, policy anniversaries, everything that has to do with your day-to-day operations. On the right side, the Plus version, it works exactly the same way. The only difference is this is where you're going to go to access over 400,000 agents, and you are going to dial in the criteria and say to Agency Automator Plus, hey, I want to work in these zip codes, I want to work with only these types of agents, or I want to make sure all the agents are FINRA registered and they're life licensed, whatever the case is, the system will then spit out 10,000 names of agents in that particular area, and now all of a sudden the gate comes down and you are free to market to them. You'll get names, emails, addresses, phone numbers, whatever is available for that particular agent, but you can go tap into that database, drip on all of those agents now, and hopefully set up a phone call appointment and recruit them to your own database. That's the name of the game here. Just like Agency Automator, you're using that to gain clients and to go out there and prospect. Well, you're using the Plus version to go bring on and recruit new agents to your downline. And then we look at this and we say, you know, with all of Levinson's technology and tools, and we already created all of the email blasts and all of the different campaigns that we're using to recruit agents. So what we did is we uploaded everything into Automator Plus so you can go out and use the same material to build your own downline. And it's so simple. You know, you're probably scratching your head saying, oh my gosh, if I had 50 agents under me, you know, I'm not going to have the time to run quotes and service all of these agents. You don't have to. Okay, all you do is make the introduction, send them to us. All of a sudden they get locked in your hierarchy so you can watch everything, and we do all of the work for you. It is that easy. So I promise you, like I said in the beginning, very simple. This is a no-brainer and a win-win for any life insurance agent, in my opinion. So Agency Automator Plus, Joe's going to dive into some of the sample email blasts and what all of this looks like. And then we're going to move forward and introduce our guest speaker. Joe?
Yeah, thanks, Bill. Real quick, for any agent that hasn't seen the Agency Automator tool, like Bill mentioned, you're going to be able to automate your follow-ups, client emails, sales opportunities. This is all available right now, right on KerryLevinson.com. And with minimal production, of course, it's complimentary for all active agents. But I just want to show everybody a couple quick screenshots. Of course, this is the first portion, which is the Agency Automator, designed specifically to target consumers. So as an agent, you can use this to track all your clients, like Bill said, all the upcoming policy anniversaries, conversion deadlines. And then one thing that's very, very neat inside of Agency Automator, we have those email campaigns that are already set up. This one on the right-hand side is showing a screenshot of our Sell While You Sleep platform, where clients can actually go in, run quotes, apply for coverage, and actually get approved, in some instances within 15 minutes. So a very simple, easy turnkey platform, probably one of the easiest tools to find new clients and new prospects. This platform is available, again, right now. One of the easiest ways to get started. Also has something real quick I'll mention, which is called the Set It and Forget It campaign, so where you can actually set up a series of different email campaigns, drip market on those clients. You're actually going to be able to get a list of everyone that clicked on the email, everyone that opened it, so you can then follow up A lot of those clients are going to have phone numbers even listed inside the contact record, so you can then call that client, introduce yourself, kind of as a warm lead, and then actually transition into making that sale. So really, really neat tool available again right now, which is the Agency Automator, and then we'll transition right now into the hierarchy tracking tool.
Okay, thanks, Joe. So what Joe spoke about was Agency Automator, so that's where you're going to prospect for yourself. Okay, now, above and beyond that, we're going to talk about Agency Automator Plus, which is where you're going to recruit your agents. Then you have your hierarchy tracking tool. So the way this works, it's really, really neat. So you can log into our website anytime, even just as an agent, if you have no agents under you. So you can log in, and everything is updated in real-time fashion. You can look at all of your cases, what's paid, what's pending, what's in force. You can see all of your licensing. If you have non-resident appointments or a resident appointment, you can check your agent number. Basically, everything that's going on in the Levinson headquarters in South Florida is going to show up on your hierarchy tracking tool. Then what's so neat, once you have a few agents under you, you will see their names listed under your umbrella. So then you could say, okay, I'm Bill Levinson. I want to see what did Melissa Smith write today, and what license does she have right now? What's her agent number? So the goal is you have hundreds of agents, and you can check, let's say you're on vacation on a Sunday afternoon, and you want to see what's going on with your hierarchy, and what bonus or override are you getting for the end of the month? Well, you simply log in 24/7 from anywhere in the world, and you can see everything at your fingertips. This way, there's no surprises. You're not in the dark, and you know exactly what's going on at all times, even if we're doing all of the servicing to your downline. Okay, this is huge, because I've heard of nightmare stories where, you send 20 agents over to an agency, and next thing you know, they're working direct. You don't see a penny of override. That's the end of the story. Well, as you know, we don't operate like that. That's exactly why we built a hierarchy tracking tool, which just goes along with that big package of recruiting and becoming a GA and MGA with Levinson and Associates. Okay, so moving forward here, just one last thing before Kevin comes on. I wanted to just show you, now, you scratch your head, you say, this sounds great, you make it sound so easy, but how do you build excitement? How do you get those agents to want to hit reply to the email or pick up the phone and call you? So what you do is exactly what we have been doing since 1972. We've been putting together a library of tools and technology and exclusive platforms so we can go out and recruit agents. So you're going to leverage our tools and our technology and do the same exact thing. So these are all bullets of what's available to you as an agent, and now you're going to go out there and you're going to market the same thing to build your own downline. Okay, it's that simple. And then keep in mind, we already put together all of the e-blasts and all of the pre-approved letters and different marketing material for every bullet that you're looking at. So you're just going to go into the library, add your personal info, blast out to 10,000 agents that particular month, and boom, you are done. It's really that simple, okay? And I know this is not an easy concept, and if you don't have tools and technology and all of these neat exclusive things, how are you going to go out there and recruit? I get it, okay? We know the business. This is all we do. We now have 10,000 agents. We started at 0, so we have our arms wrapped around this, and we know what works and what doesn't. Basically, all you're doing is riding our coattails, and you're going to recruit downline agents, share our story, and build your downline, and ultimately make some new overrides that you didn't have in 2016. So it's great stuff. And again, if you want to dive into anything else you see on that slide in front of you, we're here to help you and hold your hand. And we know it's not for everybody, but if you're looking to grow your business next year, okay, if you're looking to supplement your income and have a record number of premium and override dollars in your pocket, this is probably one of the best ways to do it, in my opinion. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Kevin Kilberry, who is the main developer of Agency Automator and Agency Automator Plus. Kevin?
Thank you, Bill, and thanks, Joe, and welcome everybody. We're real excited about introducing Agency Automator Plus right on the heels of Agency Automator. And as Bill and Joe have said, this is a program designed specifically for you to help you recruit new agents. So I'm going to walk you through it real quick. We have built a little website at agencyautomatorplus.com. And Joe is going to be sending out a follow-up email after today's webinar with all the details about how you could sign up. But I'm just going to kind of walk you through it real quick. So here on the marketing website, you can watch a video, which is the walkthrough of the program. And right now it's going to act as kind of a training video as well. So it explains to you how to actually use the program, how to select agents from the searchable database, how to build an email message, how to send it out, how to track it. Those of you that are familiar with Agency Automator, you're going to recognize that Agency Automator Plus is a little bit different. We're going to be adding some additional features that you may be used to in Agency Automator in the coming months, but you'll still find it very simple to work with and send out your email campaigns. It really kind of boils down to three major components with this program. One is selecting the agents from the database. So you're choosing from the entire database, and it's just a little under 400,000 agents right now in the database. So you can select, as I'll show you, based on location, license type, and some other criteria. But we're not telling you which ones to send to, and we're not just giving you 10,000 names that you could send, that you can blast out to. You're picking and choosing from the entire database, all states, all zip codes, all license types, and so on. So you're choosing who you want to send to. The second part of it is actually building your message. And as Bill and Joe talked about, they're actually adding in some customized templates for you just to make it easy. So those templates aren't completely done yet. We're a little bit behind on getting all the templates together that match up with all the Levinson stories. But we do have a couple of them that we've added in just in time for the session today. And over the next couple of days, we'll be adding some additional templates in. So I'll show those to you real quick. So again, you're building the email message, adding in your logo, adding in your photo if you have a photo, and personalizing it. And with these pre-prepared templates, just going to make it real easy for you to just kind of add your information and then move on and blast it out. That's the third component, is actually sending your email and tracking it. So once you send out the email message, and you could schedule it to go out, or you can send it out immediately. You could add a follow-up, and with this program, you can only add one follow-up. So those of you that are used to Agency Automator with 5 different follow-ups, this one's got one follow-up that you could add right now. And then once you've sent it out, then you could track your campaigns, see how many of them got delivered, who's opened, who's clicked on the email. You'll also notice on the agencyautomatorplus.com website that it's a sign-up process that's a little bit different than Agency Automator. It's a 2-step process. First step is that you're going to register for an account. So you have to set up the base account first. So you register, and then once you've registered, then you come back to this page and you select the plan that you want to start with. And the starting plan is the one that Bill was referring to. It's 10,000 sending credits. It's normally a $100 price tag for this program, but it's being co-opted by Levinson, so they're paying half of that. So for several of these different plans, they're paying 50%. Every one of them is discounted based on the Levinson co-op. So they're buying into it, so they're part of your success. So they're going to be buying down your price. And that's for the life of the program. For as long as you maintain it, then Levinson's going to continue to cover that part of the cost. So once you've selected your plan, and you can select from different size plans. We actually have them all the way up to $1 million, because we know that some of you are marketing and recruiting locally, and some of you may be recruiting nationally. And if you're doing national recruiting and you want to hit the database a couple of times, the entire database, then you're going to need a much bigger plan. But each one of those are discounted. There is a kind of a sliding scale here as to the part of the cost, the monthly cost that Levinson is paying for. But on these first 3 plans, from 10,000 to 50,000, they're picking up half of the cost. So your cost is half of what the normal price is. So in order to select the plan, you're just going to click on the button, like in this case 50, which says 50 a month. It's going to take you to a pricing page, a credit card page. You're going to go ahead and put all your information in, and then you'll set up the subscription. So register for the account first, then come back and select the plan that you want. Now the actual plan itself, or the actual program itself, once you've registered for the account and you've got your subscription set up, then you're going to come in and you're going to see all these large icons here on the dashboard page. So these are the three primary components of the program that we just talked about. It's searching in our agent database. We also have a FINRA database too. So for those of you that want to market to FINRA securities reps, we have two different databases that you could select from. Then building the email message using our wizard, and then tracking your campaigns to see what the results are. So it's real simple to actually build a list. So you're going to go to Find Prospects, you're going to click on either Agent or FINRA, and then that's going to take you to the searchable database. So what you're going to do is select either one state, or in this case you could select multiple states. So with Agency Automator, you have to select consumers or businesses on a single state basis, only one state at a time. With this program, you could select multiple states. So you would pick, let's say, California, click Add, scroll down if you want to drill down by and find individual zip codes, counties, cities, area codes, or if you want to do a zip code radius search. So the only zip code I know in California is 90210. So if I want to do, let's say, a 10-mile or maybe up to 50-mile radius around that, I click on Add Zips. There's a lot of zip codes in that mile radius. It just drops them right in. So again, those of you that are familiar with Agency Automator, it works in a very similar fashion on the location side. On license type, you can select life, health, and property and casualty. So you'll see some unknowns that might pop up here, and that just means that we haven't recently been able to verify if they still have an active license. But if you're going to select all the life agents, you'll click on life, you'll hit yes, and then add. Now, if you wanted to add a health insurance and P&C, just keep in mind that when you add other criteria like that, that it will lessen the number, because if I added all three license types, then this particular agent has to have all three licenses. So if that's important for what you're building a list for, great, then select it. Otherwise, just select the one that's most important. We do have some other criteria like birth year, gender, years in the business. So if that's important to you, then you can select one of those. For some of these categories like years in the business or birth year, we may not have it on everybody in the database, but so just only select these options if it's really important. Now, for those of you that want to exclude captives, and we identify captives based on their email domain. So if you're an Allstate, State Farm, New York Life, nationwide type agent, then we've identified you based on your email domain as a captive, and we've added this captive category to you. So if you want to exclude all of those types, those captive types, then you're going to select yes and then add. And then that will exclude those. Now we do have another exclusion option down here, which you can exclude very specific email domains. So if you have a particular company or maybe like a competitor that might be in the search because they have an insurance license in the search categories that you're using, you could add in their domains and make sure that they get blocked. If you wanted to only target very specific email domains, then you can click on the include and then just add their email domain in there. Once you're done, you hit search, and then you got a couple different options here. You can select all available emails that match that criteria, or you could select just those that have been previously delivered up to the last 15 days, and this is collectively for all of our users. So we keep track of all of that. So what this allows you to do is take what could be a large list and filter it down to a much smaller, much more deliverable list. We also keep track of opens and clicks for all of our user accounts. So you can select just those and then hit get count, and you could skinny the number down a little bit more. So if I was to select just these three categories, then these are going to be the most deliverable out of all of the search criteria that I've selected. When I'm ready to move forward, I just click on Build List. The system grabs all of those that match that criteria. And then from here, if you want to peruse the list, you can kind of walk through it. If you want to click on the email address or the name, then everything that we know about this person, including all their different license types, or if they have a FINRA license or broker-dealer, then all of that's going to be listed here in this contact detail. And then all you got to do from here is just click on Save List, give your list a name, hit Save, and it's done, and it's ready to use. So once you've built your list, then you can move on to the next step, which is building an email campaign. Now, we do have another database that I mentioned, FINRA. It works much exactly in the same way. I'm just going to select one state. And then the thing that's different about this is the license types, of course. So we have all the securities license, and we have some industry designations. So those of you that want to target FINRA license reps that are also CPAs, CFAs, CLUs, etc., then you can select the industry designation along with any of the FINRA license types, the series types. We also have some information on their titles, the broker-dealer, and then some production information that's all self-reported, so just take that in consideration. So once you've built the list, and you can build as many different lists as you like, so you're not restricted to just having one list or picking just one little part of the database. Levinson's opened up the entire database for you to select from, so all states and both agents as well as FINRA. And then once you've got your list put together, then you click on Send Campaign, and there's a 5-step wizard that you have to complete. Now you're going to see some categories here that are on this particular step that you probably won't see when you actually activate your account. So these are just kind of some sample categories, some test categories. What you are going to see is this Levinson recruiting folder. And right now we've got a handful of templates that are in there right now that are tailored around the Levinson product line. And so we have an agency automator. Now, of course, as Bill and Joe were talking about, one of the great tools that you have at Levinson is Agency Automator. So once you've recruited an agent, or as part of the recruiting process, you can bring that agent into the fold and help them find new clients right in their community using Agency Automator, either consumers or businesses. So there's an Agency Automator template. There is a Financial Educators Academy template. And then there's a couple other ones here. There's an IUL template that you can choose from. So all you're going to do here is just personalize each one of these templates before you send it out. There's a Sell While You Sleep template. And again, this is just kind of the initial array of templates that are being made available. There'll be a lot more being added over time, so just be a little patient with us while we kind of get them all uploaded into the account. But if you're going to select, let's say the IUL, you just click on Select. It loads that template into the second step of the wizard, which is our editor. And then from here, all of this text in here can be changed. So if you ever needed to change or modify any text, you can do that. But really what it's designed for is for you to be able to go in and just kind of add your name into it. So you add your name, your agency name, your name, your contact information, personalize it, test it, spam check it. So there's a spam scoring tool. So if you see anything in there in the score details that's got any kind of a number other than 0.0 associated with it, you can go in and make a change, rescore it, make sure that you can avoid some of the spam filters that the email might get caught up in. There's a send test email, which will go directly to whatever email address that's in your profile. Preview it. You could add in a recipient merge field like someone's first name. Of course, this would be the agent's first name that you would be adding in. Just add that into the body of the email where you want it. You could save the email and just give it a name. And once you save it, it's saved in your document folder, and then you can always come back and grab that and use it or reuse it whenever you like. When you do send out a campaign, we do save a copy of it for you automatically, so we always do that. And then image gallery, if you want to add your own logos or your own images, you can upload those to the image gallery, put your cursor where you want it inside the body of the email, hit select, and it pops it right in. You could, of course, add any links in. You could change the font size, change the font colors. So again, those of you that are used to this little gray toolbar inside of Agency Automator will recognize it's the same toolbar. So once you've made all of your changes or your personalizations to the email message and tested it, then you can move on. And all you're going to do here is just give it a subject line, give your campaign a name, so call it whatever you want. make sure all your contact information is correct, move on, and then you got a couple of folders down here. There's the folder that will contain any of the agent or FINRA lists that you built will show up here in the Save Prospect Database list. So you'll see the list, you'll see a select link, so you can select that particular list, and you don't have to send to the full list. So if you don't have enough credits to send to, maybe you've got a list of 100,000 agents in it, and you only have 10,000 credits. You can start it at 1 and end it at 10,000, or start it at 10,000, end it at 20,000. So again, you don't have to have the perfect size list for the number of sending credits that you have. And we always show you the number of credits that you have right here on this page. The other folder here is for the CRM. So just like with Agency Automator, we're going to allow you to move any openers and clickers from the prospecting campaigns, from the prospecting agent campaigns that you're sending out into a CRM database. Once they're in there, then you can save that list and then send out emails from the CRM. And once they're in the CRM, there's a lot of other fields of data that you could add in. You could put notes in the record, upload files and store them electronically, add in spousal information, other, birth date information and so on, once they're inside the CRM. Now, once you're sending out emails from the CRM, it does use sending credits just like the prospecting side. So again, unlike Agency Automator, which has an unlimited email sending from the CRM, this program does use sending credits from both the CRM side and the prospecting side. Also, this program is designed around a use it or lose it sending credits. So if you have 10,000 sending credits in your account and you don't use them all up before your next monthly anniversary, then those will expire. So it's use it or lose it with Agency Automator Plus. So again, just make sure you understand the differences between the Plus program and the Agency Automator, because there are some subtle differences here to keep in mind. Here on the last step, you can decide to send out your campaign immediately, save it as a draft, schedule it to go out on a specific date and time. And then I did mention we have a follow-up. So we have one follow-up that you can add. So if you've built and saved 2 different email messages in your saved documents, every one of those saved documents can be then selected right from this drop-down. So if you want to send a follow-up that's tied to an open or a click, you could select the document, add in the subject line, proceed, and then the initial email will go out, and then as soon as somebody opens or clicks on that initial email, they're going to get the second email. So just keep that in mind. It's completely optional. If you do want a follow-up to go out, which would carry additional information after somebody engages with your email for the first time, then a follow-up can be a really great tool to have. So those are the key steps, to getting out a campaign. Once you've built your email message, or you're going to be using one of the pre-prepared templates, and you've already personalized it and saved it, it's going to be really just a matter of a couple of minutes to build the email message and send it out. Now, once it's been sent, then it takes you right to the tracking page. Any scheduled or draft campaigns will show up in this top grid. Any campaigns that are in the process of sending or have been sent and archived will show up down here in the lower grid. And then you can check the delivery. You can check who's opened the email, who's clicked on the email, and both the open. Let me just flip over to a different account here that's actually got some results in it. So if somebody, let's say you had 31 clickers, all of the contact information is going to show up right here. And let me just click on a different type of message so I can show you how you can save, because every one of the prospecting campaigns that you send out, you can save those into let me just grab this one here. You could save those openers and clickers into the CRM using this Move to CRM button. So you click on the Move to CRM, you then set, oops, all right, you can then select a previously created category. You can create a new category on the fly, and then once you've saved them into the CRM, we take them out of the agent prospect list that you built from our database. So they're removed out of that database, added into the CRM. So you're harvesting. So what you're doing is you're sending out those agent prospecting campaigns. We know that the agents get a lot of emails, so they're not going to look at all of them. And but if they look at yours, if they open it, and certainly if they click on it, you can then harvest those people out of that prospecting campaign, move them into the CRM. Those become your A prospects, because it's actually a very big deal nowadays because there's so much clutter in the inbox, especially with insurance agents, that if they open your email, then that's actually a pretty big deal. That means that of all the emails that they had in their inbox, they singled out yours, they grabbed it, they looked at it, even if they didn't click on a link, then that was an indication of some interest based on your subject line and based on what they saw in your email message. All right, so harvest all those into the CRM. Once they're inside the CRM, then you can manage them from there, and you could add in, as I mentioned, you could add in information about the spouse, their birth date. You can set up a homework or other contact information. You could add in information about their license types and so on, just filling in the records. You can upload a file and store it electronically. You could add notes into the contact record. So you have a lot more tools once somebody becomes a CRM contact. All the unsubscribes are going to be taken care of. So once somebody is in your unsubscribe list, they'll never get another email from you from our system. So once they're in there, they get blocked. If you ever need to add anybody in, just use the add one. If you have a list of people that you want to add in, then you can upload that. Just put their email address in column A when you upload it. So again, a lot of great tools built into the system, and it's designed as a single platform turnkey agent recruiting system. Select your agents from the database, build your email campaign, track your campaign, harvest the openers and clickers from your campaigns into the CRM database, and those become your A prospects. Those are the ones that you're going to want to continue to drip on, follow up on, and try to engage in. And one of the things that you could also do with them is try to network with them. So you can use inside of the tracking page, if you click on opens, for example, there's a LinkedIn search tool here. So you could click on search, and what's going to happen is LinkedIn's going to try to find that person or find everybody that's got that last name, that first name and last name, and then you could try to network with them. So email is great for creating awareness and getting attention, about who you are and what your product line's all about. But you've got to have some kind of a follow-up mechanism in order to succeed. You just don't want to be sitting by waiting by the phone, for it to ring. You want to engage in them, you want to network with them socially, and you want to, continue to drip on them from that point forward. And so, guys, that's about all I had to cover.
Yeah, that was perfect, Kevin. Oh, we're getting a little echo here. Okay, Kevin, thank you very much. That was perfect, great stuff. And again, you don't have to know everything in 20 minutes. We're having these live trainings. We're doing this twice a week, every single week. So that's where you're really going to dive in, take your pen and paper out, and by the time you're done with one of those live trainings, you are ready to start recruiting. Okay, so my promise to you, if you put the time in and you listen and learn, that you will be up and running recruiting literally in, I would say, probably 24 to 48 hours after you sat in on the initial training. In fact, probably sooner. So it's that simple once you get your arms wrapped around it. Okay, so once again, thank you, Kevin. Joe is going to touch on our upcoming agent training events. Then we have a couple more slides here, and then we'll end the presentation. Joe?
Yeah, thanks, Bill. Real quick, for the remainder of the week tomorrow, which is the 21st at 3 p.m. Eastern, we actually have some carrier-sponsored training for the American Pathway Annuity product. So we'll be going over some highlights. Again, any questions with annuities, reach out to Josh Hoffman in our office. He heads up the annuity division. And then, like Kevin said, the Agency Automator training every Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern. You can go right to CarrieLevinson.com. When you log into the main page, you'll be actually brought right to your dashboard. You'll be able to see every single upcoming training event for about the next 3 to 4 months. So everything is right in front of you in real time. You can register and join just like you are in today's call.
Okay, thank you, Joe. All right, so we have just a couple more slides here, and I want to touch on the Expo, which I know we talk about on every presentation until the Expo happens. And the reason why is, because I think that it's so important for you to grow and maintain your business now and in the future that you cannot miss an event like this. And I'm not trying to sell you anything. If you've been to our prior expos, you'll understand why. It's just a great day to network, meet all of our top VPs, underwriters up close and personal, exchange business cards, get sales ideas. I mean, our whole day is built around you and new sales ideas that you can take home with you to grow your business. Okay, there's going to be a bunch, over 200 other GAs, MGAs, and agents that will be in attendance. These are all of our top guys and girls from all over the country, all in one spot. It's free for everybody. We bring in breakfast, lunch. We have a dinner the night before for our out-of-towners. We host this at our beachfront location in South Florida. Great time, great way to get out of the cold, especially in March. So there's really no excuse to miss our Expo, March 31st, 2017, and what we also are doing this year. So if you qualify and you pay for at least $15,000 of paid premium, okay, and that's all of our products, including annuities, long-term care, life. So starting at $15,000, you can get one free night. You can get a second free night, round-trip airfare from anywhere in the country, and that's all paid for by us here at Levinson. So you can literally bring down the family, make a vacation out of it, and Levinson will pay for everything if you qualify at that mark. So it's $15,000, $40,000, and $50,000, and that will tell you exactly what you qualify for. And then, of course, if you're brand new, there is no charge or no qualification. It's free for everybody. So a day you do not want to miss, March 31st in South Florida. Okay, moving forward here, Joe's going to show you how to get started, and then we'll announce our tablet winner. Joe?
Yeah, thanks, Bill. So what we did, we added a couple new pages to the CarrieLevinson.com website. If you log in, go right to the Agent Tools tab. You'll see in the middle column, we, of course, have the Agency Automator tab. We also have Agency Automator Plus, which is brand new as of today, and then just beneath that, Agency Automator Plus Access. So you'll be able to learn more information, watch another kind of recap video, register for the program, and then if you're looking to log in, you just go right to the Access tab underneath, and you'll get right into that link. So again, everything right on CarrieLevinson.com. You do have to be registered, so if you're unregistered, you can actually log in or register right at the top, create your own username and password, and be up and running in about 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Okay, so our last slide of the day, and this is also our last webinar of the year. So I hope it was well worth your time. It's kind of funny. We had a record number of attendees here right before the holidays. So we're very proud of that, and that just means our agents are listening to us. And when we send out an e-blast or we're written up in Insurance Newsnet, you're believers in what we're talking about. And I think if you've been with us for a while, the proof is in the pudding. You know it's working, and our competition doesn't have the same value-added story that Levinson brings to the table. And I think for all agents that are with us a while now that know me and my family and our employees, you're also believers in what we're saying. Okay, so our 100th registrant for today's webinar was A. Higa. That's A. Higa. Congratulations. We'll mail that out right after the webinar. And then we're going to end with this, and I love this by Leonardo DiCaprio. And as you know, I'm a big motivational guru. So anything that works for you, that helps you stay motivated and have that positive energy day in and day out, I'm all about it. So I like to end with a nice little positive saying here on every webinar that we do. In fact, also, I almost forgot, at our Expo on March 31st, our keynote speaker is the Tony Robbins motivational coach. So he is coming live on March 31st, the end of the day. He'll speak for just over an hour. And again, that just kind of seals the deal. It's a day you do not want to miss, March 31st. And we'll end with this, folks. Work while they sleep. Learn while they party. Save while they spend. Live like they dream. Let's put your right foot forward. Have a wonderful holiday season. Good selling. Thanks again for attending. We'll see you in 2017. Take care.